Do you want to know what I think of the rooms at MGM Grand? In one word, meh. Honestly, this property is gorgeous, the atmosphere is great, but then when you get up to your room, it's kind of a letdown. It doesn't really feel like it belongs with the rest of the property. It's worn out and dated, but things are changing here at MGM Grand. They are actually remodeling all of the rooms in the Grand Tower, and we are staying in one of those rooms on this day, and we are going to bring that to you so you can see for yourself. But not only that, we recently had an opportunity to stay in what we consider one of those once-in-a-lifetime type of rooms, and that was remodeled too, and we were shocked, and we think you were going to be shocked as well. We're going to take you around the property and show you everything that is new at MGM Grand, so let's head out on the tour. I really like the pool area here at MGM Grand. You have a little of something for everybody. So there are 3 main pools. You also have a lazy river, which is massive, and a pro tip there is to bring your own floats because the pool store charges a fortune for them. They also have an adults-only pool, and if you're looking for the day club experience, they have Wet Republic. Now there are 6 bars here, so you're not going to go around empty-handed. You'll have a drink in hand at all times if you want one, and I just love it. There's something for everybody here. After our visit, we learned that Wet Republic is no more. They are turning it into Palm Tree Beach Club, and that is going to open up in May of 2025. Let's check out our room here. So the hallways have all been redone. They've put some artwork on the walls, and this sort of common area as you get off of the elevators, this was all redone as well. New carpeting, just new decorations, new color scheme. And in the room itself, a lot has been redone in here. I would say pretty much every single thing in the bedroom portion has been completely redone. So they have new beds, new furniture. There used to be a desk here. They did take that out, but having that bench is helpful. And if you lift it up, it's a good place to put your suitcase. Now, the one thing that is missing in here is it needed a little bit more artwork. Some of the walls felt a little bit plain. There was an empty little refrigerator area, which is not common in MGM properties. So that was a nice addition to this room. The bathroom was not completely remodeled. They actually kept these countertops, the mirror is the same, and the tile floor is the same. They did put up some new wallpaper and changed out the old tub shower combo for the stand-up shower. The water pressure is now great. It used to be terrible. When MGM Grand opened in 1993, this was the world's largest casino, and it still feels massive. The only real way I can describe it is that there are 3 distinct areas that have both table games and slot machines. Now, one of the areas you are going to find a very large poker room, and they've actually expanded that more recently. And one of the new things to MGM Grand is Global Play 24/7. So this is where people are playing online, and dealers here in the casino are doing the dealing. There is glass walls all around, so people who are walking by can watch the dealers deal, and you can see the TV screen and everything. It's a really different concept. There are a lot of entertainment options at MGM Grand. Behind me is Ka by Cirque du Soleil. You also have Jabberwockies, which is a dance crew, and that's supposed to be great for families. David Copperfield has been here at MGM Grand forever, and he is a world-famous magician. You have Brad Garrett, who has a comedy club here at MGM Grand, and Tapeface from America's Got Talent also has his act here. But in addition to that, you also have the MGM Grand Garden Arena, and they bring in artists throughout the year to play at that arena. They turned the old MGM Cafe into a new cafe called Netflix Bites, and it's all themed around Netflix and the shows. You're gonna see some funky little artwork on the walls, little sayings, and the menu items have been rebranded and renamed to go with the Netflix shows that you see. So you're gonna have things on here like Netflix is a yoke, or instead of chilaquiles, they have Netflix and chill aquiles, and they have stranger wings for lunch. So they've taken some of the items from the old cafe and turned them into different named items, but they also have some new things in here. They have Bridgerton tea, which is a 3-level tea service for $65 that comes with a variety of finger foods. And they also have Eleven's Feast, which has Eleven from Stranger Things, a bunch of her personal favorite items, and that's $65. The rest of the items on here are somewhat similar to what the cafe was, but they did raise them by a couple bucks each, it looks like. There are so many restaurants at MGM Grand. These are a few that are off of the casino area that I'm showing you here, but if you stay tuned towards the end of this video, we're gonna take you on a walkthrough of the entire property, and we'll point out where some of the other restaurants are as well. So this is the MGM Grand Buffet. It is a very basic buffet, but for the price, it could be worth your while, especially if you can get a buy one, get one free off of apps such as My Vegas. Wolfgang Puck. Now here you can come for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I highly recommend this as a breakfast option because there aren't too many places open for breakfast at MGM Grand, and this has a decent breakfast selection. You have Grand Wok, which is a noodle shop, Greek Sneak, a Mediterranean place, Crush American, this is open for dinner only. And now you have 2 Joel Robuchon restaurants. These are going to be very high-end and expensive restaurants, but if you're looking for that experience, this is the place you want to come. So here's the room I'm really excited to show you. We were booked here on a previous day on a Thursday night just for one night in a Grand King room, and to our surprise they upgraded us to this 2-bedroom tower suite. It's at the end of the hallway and it is very well appointed, and this remodel just makes it look incredible. Obviously having a pool table, full living room, a dining room, a little wet bar area is pretty spectacular. This is a 2-bedroom marquee suite. It comes in at 1,500 square feet. You do have 2 full bedrooms and 2 full bathrooms. But the living space is just perfect if you want to have people over for a get-together or a small party. This would be the perfect room to do that. You do have 180-degree views. It is just a wonderful room. Let's just take a look at it. MGM Grand is located on the south side of the Strip, so you are across the street from New York, and then on the opposite corner is Excalibur. But other than that, you're not really in walking distance to too many hotels. The good news about MGM Grand is that there's a monorail right behind the property, so it is a monorail stop. You can take the monorail up and down the Strip. Okay, let's take you on a walkthrough of the property, starting all the way at the back over by the pool complex. Now this area is known as the district. This is also where you're going to find the spa, the salon, and the fitness center. This is also where you enter Signature at MGM, so that's a whole nother property, but it is connected to MGM Grand. In this far end, there's not a whole lot going on. There are a couple of shops. Now, there used to be a CSI experience back here, but that is all closed up, and now they are going to be opening up the Friends experience. And I'm talking about Friends like as in the show Friends. This is something that is being set up to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Friends. So I don't know when it's opening. It was supposed to open sometime in 2024, and that hasn't happened yet. So back over in this direction, this is where you're going to find the Grand Garden Arena. So there was a ticket booth back there, but that is where you're going to head. Now there is Nellie's Kitchen. This is a Jonas Brothers owned restaurant here. Now walking along, you're going to find one of the entrances to the food court. There are actually two entrances to the food court, and also near there is the entrance to the monorail. Now here you're going to find a few more shops. There is one of two Starbucks on property on the left hand side here, and a bar if you need to get a drink. So there's your Starbucks. They do close a little bit early though, so if you want something later at night, you'll need to go to the one by the lobby. Here is Brad Garrett's Comedy Club, and in the evenings on some nights you will see live performances there. There's the other entrance to the food court. And now you're coming into more restaurants like Emerald's. That's Emerald Lagasse's restaurant. It is seafood. You have Tom Colicchio's Steakhouse. Morimoto, this is a Japanese sushi restaurant. And then right across from that, you're going to have Lucchini. Lucchini is a newer Italian restaurant here. And not only do they have a sit-down restaurant, but they have a little area off to the side there where you can just order pizza. That stays open really late. And there is some seating back there as well. Now we're getting closer to the casino area, and this is Loser's Most Wanted bar. It's a fun country bar. They do have artists that play here every day, and it's fun if you're walking through here to catch one of those live performances. And straight ahead is that Global Play 24/7 that we talked about. If I would have kept going straight, I would have ran into Ka, that is the Cirque du Soleil show, and then here is Wolfgang Puck. Now off to the right here, if I kept going down, that's where you're going to find your Joel Robuchon restaurants. Now we're just walking through the casino here. If I were to swing a left right here by this lobby bar, there is one of the entrances to the elevators. There are actually several. It kind of creates a circle there, so you can access it from near the district by the Losers Bar, over here by the casino, and then wrapped around in the other casino area. So just continuing on, if we keep going straight here, you have the Whiskey Bar, and just check out how massive this casino is. There's just so much going on here. Now headed this way, I'm gonna head into the lobby. If I were to swing a left here, that's another entrance to the elevators. On my right here is the Starbucks that is by the lobby. So it is open in the morning, but you can also come here later. They stay open later than the other one that was in the district. There's also kind of your convenience store, the Grand and Company. This is where you can get very expensive water and snacks. I recommend just walking down the street and going to the ABC store or one of the little shops and getting something outside of the resort if you want to stock up on those things. So you see the lobby here. This is where you would go to get your taxis out there, but now this is going to take you to another section of the hotel called the Underground. Here in the Underground, you are going to find additional places to get food and beverage. There is your Fat Tuesday for drinks, Pieology if you want to get a pizza. Now this is a shop that you can get just snacks and different goods. They do have a Welcome to Las Vegas store here. So there are just some shops around this area. And if you come over here, you're going to find some restrooms, and on the left hand side you're going to find your New York pretzel. Now be careful walking through here because this is where the Time Shark people hang out. So as you're walking through, if somebody offers you something like free show tickets or something for free, just say no thank you. Got your Haagen-Dazs. There was a place back there that has IVs for hangovers, so if you need that. And over here is another entrance to the monorail. So this is the area where you're going to come if you are going to see Tape Face. So Tape Face was on America's Got Talent. So the underground is also where you're going to go to get to the parking garage if you brought your car with you. So again, more stores. There is a Subway here. The Subway is open pretty late, and they do have a little refrigerator where you can just pay and go to swipe your credit card. Now this is also the area where you're going to get your rideshare pickup, so your Uber and Lyft. It's a nice covered area. It's great if it's really hot outside. So here we go back into the MGM Grand, and we're gonna head back up the stairs and into the lobby. So from the lobby heading into the casino, this whole area is considered the central. You have a lot going on in the casino area and just different restaurants and bars throughout along the sides of the casino. Now it's just massive, and like I said before, there are really kind of three different sections. There was the one coming off of the district, that whole area. There's this right here, and if you keep walking, there's just even more casino area. It's just absolutely massive in here. And coming back through here, we're back to the Whiskey Down. This is a great lounge, great place to hang out in the evening, or maybe even during the day if you want to have a drink. But honestly, if you want a drink, you don't have to walk far. As a matter of fact, there's another one just there on the left. And then coming over here on the right, here's yet another bar. This one has the poker kind of game set up on there and a TV, so it's a great place if you want to just come and watch the game. Now continuing on over here into the casino, if I were to have swung a left, I would have found the David Copperfield show. There is the cashier here, and it just continues on and on. There is the Jabberwockies right there to the right. And if you haven't already figured it out, if you were going to stay on this property, it's very likely that you're going to be doing a lot of walking. So coming over in this direction, this is kind of another section I consider as part of the casino. So over to the right, more slot machines. Over here though is the poker room, and it does look like they have expanded it more recently. So coming over here, walking through, obviously you have more slot machines, and on the right hand side, this is where you're going to find the MGM Grand buffet. They are only open for brunch, and it is not a great buffet, but if you do have some kind of discount or coupon, it could be worth your while. Tap Sports Bar, it could be a good option if you're looking to get some burgers, salads, wings, that type of food. And here is your sports book. They have changed it so much over the years. It looks a lot different than it used to. Now walking over this direction, you have the Centrifuge Cocktail Lounge. This place can get kind of busy at night. It is a pretty cool looking place. And to your left is the Hakkasan restaurant. This actually turns into the nightclub here at MGM Grand in the evening. So walking even further, this is where you are going to head out to go onto the Las Vegas Strip. So it used to be that you could exit one way and go over to Tropicana, but because Tropicana is no longer, it has been demolished, you can't go over the bridge in that direction. So you do have to come over to this area and you can head over to New York, New York. But before you do that, you can check out Level Up. This is a bar, but they do have a lot of games going on here with a little arcade over in this section. So heading up the escalator, this is where you're going to head out to get to the bridge to cross over the street to New York, New York. So as you can see, even speeding this video up, it still took a long time for us to get basically from one end to another. And we didn't even go through a lot of little side streets. I just kind of pointed things out for you because it would have taken even longer. What are your thoughts on MGM Grand, especially after seeing the new room renovations? Would you stay here? Is this place too big for you? What do you think overall? Let us know in the comments. I think for us, we'll continue to come back, especially with the renovated rooms. It makes such a big difference. Well, that's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.